me, Hong from IELTS Max. Let's hack the IELTS speaking test. Hey, what's up? I hope you guys are doing great. So finally, I have a day off to work on this video series, and I hope that you guys will appreciate this. Now, let's learn to answer another real IELTS speaking question. Describe a time when you were shopping in a street market. You should say where the market is, what the market sells, how big the market is, and explain why you enjoyed visiting it. This is how I talk about this topic. I'm not really keen on shopping at a street market because I love haggling over prices. I hate dealing with pushy sellers, and I'm not comfortable with the idea that many sellers in a street market will try to rip me off. Whenever I'm a bit skinned though, and I really feel the need to buy new clothes, buying high-quality knockoff fashion products sounds very tempting. So a couple of months ago, I decided to visit Haggle Street, known as the shoe heaven in the old quarter here, in search of a new pair of trainers. To my surprise, I found a pair that looked almost identical to the latest release from Adidas, at just a fraction of the price of the authentic pair. And after visiting multiple shops on the street to compare the prices, I decided to go back to the first shop and bought the trainers. And it was a pleasant shopping experience for me that day because the seller who I bought the shoes from seemed decent. But I think if I'd spent more time negotiating with him, he'd given me an even better deal. There are some expressions that are related to the topic of buying things in this model answer. Let's study them. To haggle over prices. These expressions means to argue over the price of something. So for example, when you are shopping in a market for a pair of new shoes, like in my story, or maybe a new shirt, then you can haggle over the price of this shirt or the shoes. To be pushy. To be pushy means that you are trying very hard, like sometimes too much, to get something. I often use this expression to describe sellers at the market. So think about the last time when you shopped at a market. How was the seller there? Were they pushy to you? Were they trying too much, too hard to get you buy their products? To rip somebody off. This expression means to cheat somebody by making them pay too much for something. A knockoff. You can see knockoff products everywhere in Vietnam. So think about Adidas shoes. They are not actually from Adidas, right? Some shoes that you can buy from Hangzhou market or something like that, they are not authentic products. So in English, we use the expression knockoff to describe this kind of products. Tempting. If something is tempting, it makes you want to do it or have it. And usually, it's a bad thing. So for example, you are trying to lose weight. And you know that eating a lot of KFC is not good for your body. But sometimes it might be tempting to eat it. Identical. The expression identical in English means exactly the same. A fraction of the price. The expression a fraction of the price means that, so for example, if you buy a knockoff pair of shoes and you only pay a fraction of the price of the authentic pair, it means that you only pay a small portion, a small percentage of the price. So basically it means it's much cheaper than the authentic pair. Negotiate with somebody. The verb negotiate means to discuss with somebody in order to reach an agreement. So when you shop in a market, you might want to negotiate with the sellers so that the sellers will give you a better price for your shirt or the product you're trying to buy. The last expression for today is the expression a better deal. The word deal has many meanings in English, but in this context, it means a lower price. In my model answer, I try to use different ways of saying I dislike something. Let's see if you can spot them. When you take the IELTS speaking test, try to use synonyms of simple words like dislike or like more often, because the IELTS examiner wants to see if you are flexible with a word choice. So, that's it for today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!